Hi, my name is Robert Powell and I will be your instructor this semester. Welcome to week 1. I can be reached pretty much all the time via text, email, or social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, YouTube, which is very important, and most recently TikTok, believe it or not. All of these addresses are posted on your syllabus. I highly recommend you subscribe to my YouTube channel, as most of the weekly announcements are posted on that channel, and it's a very important component of our coursework. You can be tested on that material. Your course content is a combination of material I recorded way back when I first started, and some new material that I record as the semester progresses. The new material is published both on YouTube and Blackboard. Some of the original material references previous semester assignments, so please check your syllabus or ask me before scrambling around to find the assignment. I tried to edit out most of that, but some of it still is hanging around. This is an asynchronous course, which is a double-edged sword for some of you. While you can consume the information at your own pace, you also have regular deadlines outlined in your syllabus. Some of you work better with some structure, so I will be available for one-to-one regularly scheduled times if needed throughout the semester. Several students have taken advantage of that offer, and I extend it to you as well. Otherwise, you're on your own each week. If you find yourself challenged with being on your own, please reach out to me and we will find a solution. Each week, modules or lessons will be posted on Blackboard by Tuesday morning, and all assignments, quizzes, or tests will be due Sunday night. I'm teaching 4 classes this semester: Intro to Hospitality Management, Global Travel and Tourism, Hospitality Finance, and Casino Management. When you reach out to me, please identify yourself and what class you're taking or referencing. As you can imagine, there are many of you and I don't physically see you, so it helps me when I know what class you're talking about. Eventually, I'll get around to each of you, but in the meantime, please make sure you identify what class you're in. Now is a good time to pause this so you can pull up your syllabus, so we can go over that next. So go ahead and pause this and pull up that, and let's start again. Hi everybody, I had to do some changing of camera gear and lighting and what have you, so here we are. Okay, Introduction to Hospitality Finance. Follow along on your syllabus if you don't mind. First of all, obviously my name, all my contact information is there. All my social media information is there as well. Go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is where I send most of my updates, my weekly videos and announcements. Those things go on YouTube. There's also a link I publish on announcements in Blackboard, but sometimes it's just easier to go straight to YouTube, so go ahead and do that. But you're not going to miss anything. They should both be linked, Blackboard and my YouTube. So go through a course description. There's a required text, which is, let me pull this one out. It's this one, okay? Revenue Management for the Hospitality Industry. And we will start with that one. That will be our week 2. We're going to dive into some of that. We're going to do an introduction here. I'm doing this a little out of the norm from my previous classes. So we'll also have the Certification of Hospitality Industry Analyst, the PowerPoint slides. This is a huge component of this class, and it's very important that we get this right. Let me come back to that, but your required text is this book on revenue management, and you need to have all the PowerPoint slides for CHIA. There are some suggested materials that will help you in this class if you know this. If you are familiar with these, the concepts put in these YouTube videos. You've got Inside the Hotel Pricing Game, which is an interview. And you've got Danny Myers, The Art of Hospitality. He's fantastic. He's an icon in the business. 6 qualities in employees and candidates I have put on here, because most of you will be going into this line of work at some point, and I believe it's important for you to take a look at the qualities that we look for in this business. So this is a nice little video for that should help you. Then you got the Ritz-Carlton service. I'm a firm believer in the Ritz-Carlton brand and that level of service. If you teach that level, it's easier to go down and not provide that or take away some of those. But I want you to learn at the top level, and Ritz-Carlton certainly has written that book. So take a look at that. Now I put in here Cesar Ritz documentary. It's kind of long. It's a little over an hour, I believe, and you don't have to watch it, but it is fascinating to find out where the modern Ritz-Carlton, the modern service, it comes from, and it's a pretty good documentary. I do require this in one of my other classes, but not in this one. So, but it's out there. If you want to take a look, I provided a link for that. So subscribe to, of course, my channel there for the reasons I've already talked about. I've put out here the All in the Industry podcast. It's a great one to listen to. I listen to it. I get information from it that I apply in class. Skift is a kind of a bucket of all information that's going on in the industry. It's a good one to pay attention to if you want. And No Vacancy. Glenn Hausman is a friend of mine. He has a very good podcast, and he interviews thought leaders and leaders within the hospitality industry. I think it's once a week where he puts them up. It could be more frequently, but I catch them about once a week. All right, then we go through the student learning objectives, which you'll get familiar with. Quizzes. You will have your first quiz this coming up week, which is on the syllabus. So we're going to do. Let's see. Do I have this? Yep, I do. Okay, we're going to do quizzes once a week, and you guys will start the week on a Tuesday, and then your quiz will be due on a Sunday evening. I'm going to be a little bit more hands-on with this particular class, going through the CHIA process. It is a bear, and you need to pay pretty close attention to this. There is no textbook for this. It is all based on slides that I present and I give you. Each week we will go through different modules that will prepare you for the Certification in Hospitality Industry Analyst designation. So you put CHIA behind your name. It will help you in your career to get this. And it is not easy. You have to pass with a 70%. And you cannot take a second one without paying for it. So if you don't pass your first go around, you have to pay the next one. So what we have to do this first semester, and I'll do a separate video on this, is you have to register for the exam and pay for the exam up front. I'll supply you with all that information in a separate video and a separate communication to you. But you'll have to do that right away. We'll get you enrolled, and then we will study. I believe this is going to be through week 3 through 6. We're going to prepare for the CHIA final exam. At the end of each of those weeks, I'm going to give you a quiz. The quiz will be in the PowerPoint slides, so you can study the questions. But I'm going to give you that, and then we'll see how you do at the end of each week leading up to the final exam. You will also have a practice exam. But we will go through what's called the STAR reports, the Smith Travel Research reports. And in essence, that's what it is. It's how to read those charts, read those reports that I get daily. I will start forwarding those to you as I get them. And it'll all make sense once you start taking a look at those. But that is a portion of this class that I think is extremely valuable. And in previous classes, I pretty much let you go on your own, but this time I'm going to be a little bit more hands-on by requiring those quizzes each week. Previously, I just let you do the quizzes on your own, but not this time. We're gonna go through it every week. So, like I said, the weekly work it'll be published by Tuesday mornings, and everything's due Sunday at midnight. And the reason I have Mondays off is because in this industry, Mondays are usually your downtime. This is when you have your days off. Me and my career, Mondays were always meeting days. This is when you had staff meetings. This is when you had company-wide meetings. This is when you did all of that stuff and then you were busy Tuesday through Sunday with your operations. Okay, the evaluation, I've got everything pretty much laid out there, and you'll see how we go through the chapters. This week you'll have a discussion board, which is introduce yourself to me and to your classmates. So let's go through this section. A lot of this is boilerplate, but I want to bring your attention to COVID. It's an asynchronous course that allows for some level of flexibility within each week of the semester, and there's deadlines that need to be met. But if you do come down with COVID and you are tested positive, you got to do two things. One, let me know immediately. Second is let the university know they can validate your positive test results, and they will send me an email. So I get to have two emails, one from you and one from the university. Then we can make any adjustments in the syllabus or deadlines that we need to. This being an asynchronous course, you should not have any problems. We really should not ever have to adjust any of those. So, take that into account. But there's more information out there on a link that I provide within your syllabus. Let's see, we go down to the weekly information. It's fairly well laid out here. This, of course, is subject to change. This week, we've got the introduction to the course. I want you to watch this video. There will be some lesson videos out there that I'll also publish that'll cover the first chapter, I believe. Yep. And then we'll have a discussion board question, which is introduce yourself. Then we'll have a syllabus quiz. I'll also put the stuff out there for CHIA, the testing requirements document, and I will put your registration information out there. So make sure you read through all of that. You know how to reach me, and please make use of it. If anything does not make sense, or you need clarification, or you just want to touch base, please reach out to me. I've given you all of that information, and I am here for you guys. So, I'm looking forward to this semester. Hope you guys are too, and if you need anything, like I said, reach out to me. Thanks.